few differences here and there, but basically the same.
Yeah. No, it should be the same. It been 4 years ago. Yeah, it was maybe closer because I was collaborating. Yeah.
You asked the question while you failed. You said, where were you 4 years ago?
Up north. I was not here. So I
Okay.
was in Scotland.
In Scotland,
collaborating
4
with
years ago.
people in Scotland.
And 2 years ago?
2 years ago I was here.
You were, okay, yeah, because you've been here 2.5 years.
And 3/4, yeah.
And 3/4,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so great. Now I want us to run through this list of 10 people because, like I said in the beginning, I'm interested to know how you build your contacts. I'm interested to know what is important within the networks, and I'm interested to know what challenges you face, for instance. So I want us to refer to them as number 1 to 10 because of the recordings I can identify who we talk about. And so for number 1, could you tell me how you became acquainted to this person? And
Through the second one.
what did you say?
Through number 2, basically.
Okay,
Through
so you
number
got to
2.
know number 1 through number
so
2.
the network, works like that, and that person was doing research in some things where I needed expertise, and I was probably the one able to provide it in the UK.
Okay. But I mean, a little more detail. How exactly did you meet the person? Did you send a mail to the person?
No, person sent me email basically saying, okay, I need this kind of expertise. Your name was given by that person.
Okay.
And then we put a proposal together. I did coach him for the whole time. Eventually the proposal made it through the reviews and everything. Coaching again at every step. And eventually it got funded.
Okay, all right. So you didn't know the person prior to this meeting?
No.
To the email?
No.
But have you met this person afterwards?
We had a kickoff last week, so video conference.
Yeah, so this
Still
is
not
this
in
is a
person.
this is a very recent
That's
contact, less than 2 years.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
But I mean, what is important for you for this particular collaboration? Based on what do you perceive that it will continue or not continue?
Well, there's a proposal which is active currently, so it has, of course, that duration. I'm part of the advisory board on that grant, so I mean, I would stay in touch. I have a unique set of skills that actually pertain to that grant, so I mean, we're going to stay in touch, and I mean, the person looks like a normal person too.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and I mean, it's still new, but I'm interested to know based on what will you judge that this linkage with number 1 is successful? How are you going to judge that?
We interact. So no, that's true. I mean, it's important, I think, in every network to interact, not to feel that basically the other side could be a machine and it would not make a difference. That person is enthusiastic, which I like. I think it's needed in academia. So yeah, I mean, why not? And the research is doing could be interesting. When it completes, it could lead to something else yet again. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so number 2.
Number
Who
2.
introduced number 1 to you? Good.
I can't remember actually. It might be number 3, which will be an interesting one. But I can't remember how I met Paul actually. But he's been a person I've been interacting for a long time, because again he had projects which were pertaining to my interest and also my application scope. We got along on the personal side as well, so yeah, it's good. Okay.
You don't remember where, but do you remember how?
I remember where we met. We met in Geneva.
In Geneva, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And because basically I was collaborating with CERN at the time, so eventually, people doing the kind of work that I would like, I'm interested in at CERN. There are not too many of them.
Okay.
So we met either here or at a conference. I can't recall. Actually.
Okay, all right. Then let's go to number 3. Then.
And number 3 was a colleague, and then was a colleague in Geneva at the time. Then we got along again professionally and personally. Then he moved on to a different position, but still doing things which again are part of my professional interests. So we stayed in touch. We've been collaborating on paper, things like that. Still very close. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and this person is in France?
Yeah.
How do you maintain the contact with the person?
Emails, calls, cards, whatever. I mean, it's that's the only way currently.
Do you remain in touch intentionally, or is when the
No,
rest-
it's natural. I mean, it's good friends. So again, I mean, it's better to have networks of friends, but professionally as well. I mean, if he has a need which falls within my skill set, then he contacts me, and the other way around. So.
How long have you known number 3?
About the same as Paul, basically. So let me think.
About the same as 2?
Let me check. Let me think.
Okay.
Since '94, so that's quite a long time.
Yeah.
94, 95.
2019, 25 years, 25 years ish. Yeah.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, time flies. Okay, so this is easily one of the most important people on this list.
Yeah, because I mean he's a good friend too. I mean
Yeah.
again, it's you talk about closeness, you don't talk about relevance to a professional network. I mean the network could be both things, obviously. So you need probably to differentiate between professional and personal to some extent.
Yeah. But number 3, from what you said, is both professional and
Yeah,
personal.
no, of course, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean again, for me it goes together. I mean, as you see, there are none who are very high. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at this point, can we talk a little about what are the qualities a person must have to make you able to collaborate with them? What do you look out for in a prospective
In prospective
collaborator?
thing, where I look for people first. Okay, I have to have a need. I mean, first, I mean, I like to socialize to some extent. So I like people who actually I can discuss with about work or about different things. So they need to be approachable, obviously. They need to be complementary to whatever, I mean, or providing something which I believe, might be of interest for something else, or things which I think, well, we can actually work together on on such and such, things like that. My interest sometimes simply, oh, well, I heard about you, and, it will be nice to just to figure out things. I mean, so it's a mix of different things. But again, for me, the personal is important. I mean, if you show me an asshole who is a brilliant guy, and I basically could care less. I mean, to some extent, so fine. But I mean, and I worked with people who were a little bit on the psychopathic spectrum, I would say. But to some extent, there was a way to respect them, and there was a way also to involve them into what I was doing, or the other way around. Okay. So there was always rational to work together. Okay. And then when you work together, then when you stay in touch, even if it's loosely, but at least,
So does number 3 know any one of these, number 1 and 2?
Yeah, I mean he knows at least number 2, and number 1 is a little bit more exotic, but I mean, I'm sure you would have heard of him. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had to start a collaboration and end it in the beginning or while it was ongoing, or do you always follow through?
Not really. I mean, not really. I mean, I had a grant when I was in the States, one grant, and then that was depending on one person providing something, and then that person decided not to provide it eventually. So I mean, I'm not in touch with that person anymore. But maybe, I mean, he had his own personal reasons or not. I would say financial reason not to do it in the end, but it's what happened. So again, I mean, I'm not in touch with everyone I've been in touch with. If that's what you mean. I mean, I know many more than 10 people, trust me.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Okay, so number 4.
Number 4, met her when she was in Scotland. Currently she's in Cambridge. So this is someone, we don't see each other too much, but I mean, on the other hand, it's someone where, again, she tried to get me to Cambridge at some point. We always have a kind of aspirations to collaborate eventually on stuff. And I've been reviewing grants for them. I mean, I've been doing things, so we stay in touch professionally. Again, on the personal side, I'm always very impressed by, how personable and how approachable she is, basically. So, I mean, I got an email this morning from her, for instance, like, it's one of these things where we keep in touch. So it's, I would say close because, if we had anything to work on together, that would happen. That's the sort of thing about networks, like, okay, you stay in touch, it's fine, but actually, could you actually do something together? Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, so that's why I put it.
Yeah.
I put